Hello and welcome back to Crypto Schnack. My name is Marian and I'm your host today. And if you're new to my channel, I welcome you. And if you're not, welcome back. It's nice to have you all here and thank you for all your support in recent weeks. And we will talk about some great news today. In the background you see the Giga Austin. As always, thank you so much for Jeff Roberts allowing me to use his content. And we will look at some crazy news because VW looks at competing with Tesla for a cheap electric car. Furthermore, we talk about the Model Y quiet invasion, and we talk about the superchargers that will be built in China. So guys, if you like all that, please do subscribe to my channel for new updates daily. And yeah, let's dive in right away. And let's start with the VW versus Tesla. So VW has started with the ID.3, had a lot of issues. So we see Tesla is not the only one who had issues at the beginning. Just the comparison is not clearly matching because VW is already an established car company. But you see, new technologies have always their faults and their issues, and VW had the same. Nevertheless, based on the recent hints we get from Elon Musk, we are clearly seeing that Tesla is already working on a 25 to 30K model. So I think we will see that one produced in Shanghai and Giga Berlin. That is my personal opinion, and I will give you two reasons for that. First of all, the upcoming battery production in Giga Berlin will happen with the new battery cells that were announced in the battery day. And Elon Musk has stated that it would take another 3 years for a new cheaper model because they need to ramp up the battery production from the batteries they have been working on themselves. So if we take 3 years from now, that's 2023. And I think that would make sense because till then we would have Giga Berlin and Giga Shanghai fully working. What Model Y, Model 3 production ramped up, battery production ramped up, and then based on that they would have the base to introduce a new car. And with the new battery cells, we know that there are coming a lot of cost savings and range improvements. And with that, I think it is realistic to work on a 25 to 30K model. Why do I think it is not going to happen in the United States? First, I think that with the European market and the Chinese market, even more the European market in this case, is really a market of smaller cars. So for anybody who lives in Germany or Europe knows there are a lot of small cars, and when you come to the United States, there are a lot of big SUVs, big pickup trucks and all that. For example, the Cybertruck is a really cool car. It's a genius car, but it is not a typical car a European citizen would drive. And if I say typical car, I mean when we talk about mass production. For the United States, on the other hand, it is the perfect car because it fits into the lifestyle of a pickup truck, and all these customers might be interested into buying that. So as we see, Cybertruck will be produced in the Giga Austin, and this is for the United States, and there are no hopes that we see a Cybertruck soon in the European countries or the in Chinese market. So comparing that to the more smaller car, 25 to 30K, I'm really sure we will see that one in Giga Berlin for sure, and as well in China, because China is able to produce at a much lower costs because just this employee costs are lower than in Europe or the United States. So if we combine all that, I think a 3-year span, maybe internal 2-year span, is pretty realistic. And yeah, I think this could happen. And we do see that the battery production is ramping up in Fremont already. And so combining all these hints that Elon Musk has given us, I think there will come a competition between Tesla and VW. The only concern, like disadvantage that VW might have is that they are not producing the batteries themselves. And this is the issue when you want to make a battery cheap and you want to make a car at such a price range, it will get difficult. They could do it, but the question is, can they compete then with Tesla, who has just so much more experience with battery production, and now with the new technology they will be able to produce much cheaper as the competition meaning other battery cell production companies. So there will be like, if another battery cell production is maybe close to the same costs, they will still have to sell those batteries to VW, and there is the issue. And there's actually a lot of talks about that as well in Germany, that VW is getting way too dependent on the suppliers. And they had issue in the past with other car suppliers. So there is some issues, and I think VW would make it much better if they invest the money they are already investing as well into battery production. I think this is the future, and this is the edge that Tesla has right now. Furthermore, guys, we will look into the Model Y. So Model Y is like a phenomenon because it has, compared to any other product, it was announced, but it is quietly produced and brought to the customers. Because Model 3, it was really like production was going out, everyone was watching how many cars are going per week, per month, per quarter. The same happened at the beginning with the Model S and the Model X. But with the Model Y, it's a different story. We do know that the production has happened, and we do know that there are cars coming out. We do know there are some issues with the production quality, as always in the past. So this is why I'm not a person who would buy a car right from the start, because I know there will always be some issues with those cars. I would always wait for a later version, or like a bit more time till everything is sorted out. But for the Model Y, there seems to be a secret invasion. I call it like that because it is kind of funny that we don't know exactly the numbers of the Model Y production, because they combine the Model 3 and the Model Y. But I think the Model Y will be even a better seller as the Model 3. And the question will be, how much does the Model Y takes away from the Model 3 sales? So this will be interesting. And by putting them both together, Tesla is kind of secretly hiding if there is a lower sales coming in for the Model 3, because by combining them in the sales, it's really hard to see if we see a decrease in Model 3 production or not. This is just saying, I don't believe the Model 3 production is decreasing, or the interest is decreasing, but it will be interesting once the Model Y is fully mass produced. And as we have the Chinese production of the Model 3 just days or weeks away, the supercharger network will massively increase in China. I think we will see astonishing growth of the supercharger network because they are just waiting for the Model Y invasion in China. It will be a car that will be really, really, really good sell over there. So guys, if you like my analysis, if you do like my video, as always, it would really help me to support my channel. And if you do so, please do subscribe. And I hope I will see you soon back at my channel. And for that, I wish you all a wonderful weekend, and take care, guys.